Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about some of the things I've gone through coming to the Philippines, retiring here, moving here. As you know, I've moved here from Canada recently. We just got two dogs, two pups. One's now on heat. Both are females. One is a witch dog. They call it a forest dog. The other is Belgian Malinois. That one's 3 months old, almost 3 months old. Both beautiful dogs. I guess we kind of needed something. Got a little bit boring here. We're kind of in an isolated area. Anything we need is about half an hour to an hour away, shopping wise, like major groceries. There's some small stores, shops along the main road, mostly like huts selling condiments, food, bit of food and stuff like that. Anything major like meat, we go to Boracay. Anyway, we're going to talk about retirement here, and I'm also going to show you some videos from a couple of places I've been to, just to keep it interesting. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. Thanks for coming, and don't forget to subscribe and like my channel, please. Thank you. Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Please like and subscribe so I can create more content. It helps me and keeps my channel going. Anyway, we're going to talk about some of the things we ran into when we first got to the house, the condition it was in, and how we had to improve it, things I had to take care of before I came to the Philippines, and things you should know if you're deciding to retire in the Philippines. Anyway, take care and enjoy. Okay, we'll get back to the windows. This window here, they had the seal around it. It wasn't sealed on the around the edges. You can see where it put the seal just here. I had to put this in because this was not cut straight, and it drops. It drops here, drops down, and then it opens up at the top. So everything comes in and out. You can see right there how it's not straight. Anyway, that's one. This window here is not sealed properly. They did a shit job in this house. They really did. I got it here. You can see out the window. Everything comes and goes. There's a gecko on the, that's what we call the gecko. It's in there, hiding, waiting to get in. Sorry, buddy. We don't need any more today. I was watching a video and the guy said you gotta be careful because they tend to get into these things, and then when you start them up, they get crunched. Yeah, lovely. So these doors here, they're still, look, you can see under the screen. Look at that. It doesn't hold anything out. I literally had to tell him to put this stuff in to try and keep them out, but as you can tell, that doesn't do any good. They're supposed to have brushes on these things that keep the stuff from getting in and out, and they're too short. So when you close the door hard, the lock pulls out. They got locks on both sides, here and here, for this door. You can see it. This one here is the worst. When you close the door, this one opens. When you close this door, this one opens. So you can't win. Here's the fridge we bought. That cost us a few bucks. If you wonder what that is, that's the Wi-Fi booster, because you don't get Wi-Fi here very well. We're paying for it, but it's almost non-existent. Why am I smelling popcorn? And this is the kitchen. The cupboards. Look at this. That's the cupboards. That's how they did them. They primed it. All they did was prime the walls. They never painted it. It was painted and ready to move in. I can see it up here. Here's the roof. Look at this. Yeah, that's where the leak was. It was pretty bad. And there's there's the bed. Wow. As you can see, our standard of living was pretty good at the time. That's a plastic dining table that we bought. It's a patio table. That was the kitchen. And you can see the patio doors and the windows. They all had to be replaced eventually. Eventually our furniture came, and we'll start showing you that. So there it is. We got our furniture. We got our table, stereo, TV. All my albums showed up, boxes of stuff still. We got everything all set up. The bedroom set up. It's a picture of our old doors when we first moved in, and windows. That's what the kitchen looked like before we got the house. That's the backyard. That's what it looked like. They put all stainless steel. This is what I bought the house. This is why I bought the house. It looked really nice. It really did. This was after. This is done after. These are the upgrades that we had done to the cupboards. We needed some shelves. We didn't have any shelves. There was no shelves inside the cupboards at all. That's what do you call it? Lazy Susan, whatever you want to call it. And now this, and then this. We had to move all the furniture out. We had to take everything and move it out of the room. We had to cover it all up. And they came in and ripped out the roof. All the beams had to be taken out right down to the concrete. They removed the big pole that was in the center of the kitchen. It was put there in case we want to put a second floor in the house, just like a support beam. We really didn't need it. As you can see, they used coconut lumber, and the coconut lumber was all rotten and termite infested, so we replaced the roof and the lumber using mahogany. Okay, finally the doors have arrived. We got windows as well. The windows they brought us were brown, the same color. We actually wanted white, like these, because we're going to replace all of these ones here. These were bad, but they brought brown instead, so I've decided to replace all the windows on the house, because none of them are really good. There was no insulation. All the cold air is going outside and the bugs are coming inside. So, in case you're wondering if you really want to do it, this little project with the 2 windows and 2 of these doors and 5 windows came to 19,000 Canadian dollars?
No,
9,000 Canadian dollars.
not even close. It's only
200 and
295, so roughly around
no, it's 395. 395,000 pesos.
300.
I've given them 200,000 so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, 395,000 pesos. So you do the math. I did it already and I forgot. Memory's not what it used to be.
It's not even, honey.
But it's gonna be a bit of a, huh?
The top, it's not even. I see what they're saying now. When you cut it.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna seal everything.
Yeah,
up
they're gonna
nicely.
seal it.
Yeah. Yeah, we had to remove the tiles from the bottom and take it down because it was too high. Anyway, the company's name is Europa Design, and these guys are awesome. They do an excellent job. I highly recommend them. A lot of companies here you really can't recommend. It's hard because they tell you they can do the work, and then they come in and they make a big mess, and they're like, "What? That's what you ordered?" And you're like, "No, that's not what I ordered," or "That's, guys, you didn't do it right. It's crooked. And they just take the money and run. That's it. It's done. These guys here, very, very professional. Europa design, and it's not an ad. It's not an ad. I'm just recommending them. I'm gonna start doing that. Any companies that come in and do good work, I will give them a recommendation, because it's better for you guys to know who's doing good work and who's not. I'm not gonna bother naming the ones that didn't do a good job. It's just not worth it. There's too many. I can't keep up. Anyway, this is the update. Well, the fishermen were out there getting fish, and there's our second one. They brought in some tuna right from here. They were out fishing, they were pulling in the nets, and we got some fresh tuna. Beautiful. How much was it, Jen?
This one is 150.
150 pesos each.
This one is bigger.
300 lang.
This one's bigger.
Mas malaki siya.
So 500 for both?
You have 50 pesos. Wala pa, yung sukli.
This
Ano
one's
pa sa kanya?
bleeding. Is that one okay?
Yeah.
Laki. So big.
I don't think he's gonna live. He's bleeding to death. Oh my god.
Tsura mo kasi send sa kanya.
Anyway, that would be dinner. Nice tuna steaks.
You want that for dinner?
I don't know about tonight, but what do we got set up? I'd done a lot of research before I decided to move here, and a lot of stuff I thought I knew, I didn't know. When I decided to come here, I got a consultant, and he was recommended by another YouTuber, and I thought he was going to do a pretty good job because he seemed to know, he had been in the business for quite a while, but I guess even they forget sometimes. So we thought we had everything. We dotted our I's and crossed our T's. Loaded all our stuff up before we came. My motorcycle was shipped 2 months before I left, expecting it to be here when I arrived. First things first, $10,000 US deposit into a bank in the Philippines. The consultant told me when I get here I'm gonna have to deposit $10,000 US dollars into a bank from my SRRV card. I need to get a police report stating that I'm legal, I don't have any criminal record, stuff like that. So I did that in Canada. Passport, visa, everything. Got it all done, paperwork. The motorcycle I had talked to, and if you're thinking about bringing a vehicle to the Philippines, I suggest you do not. Any vehicle, bike or car, used or brand new, because they really don't want your vehicles here and they make it as tough as possible. My bike is still sitting in customs after 2.5 years. I don't expect to get the bike. They're going to auction it off, and it's probably going to be at a price that I could have bought another one brand new, so it's not worth it. The bike's a 2013 VMAX, and I'm a little ticked about the whole thing. I've wasted a lot of time and effort trying to get this bike through. I've had people working on it from the BOC. A friend of mine, I'm not going to mention any names. These guys were trying. They couldn't get anywhere. The company, the shipping company that told me they could ship it, they've shipped all kinds of stuff to the Philippines. They've got people here. that will fill out the paperwork and make sure the bike passes and is legitimate, and they'll ship it right to my door. A lot of promises, none came to fruit. So anyway, I had paperwork that was supposed to be filled out in Canada by the shipper for the bike, and they did not. And once the bike arrives, you cannot fill out that paperwork. They will not allow you to. It's against their rules. So the bike sat in thing. And I thought, you know what? I'll try and talk to these guys and say, look, whatever I own the bike. I have the ownership. I've got everything for this bike. I've got the shipping manual. I've got the name of the shipper. I've got everything, except for certain papers that BOC supplies in the Philippines that needs to be filled out before the bike is shipped, which nobody knew about, apparently, and you can't find that paperwork on their website. So I have no idea how you're supposed to fill out paperwork that doesn't seem to exist. Anyway, that's the bike. I would suggest not to ship a vehicle here at any cost. It's not worth it. Buy one when you get here. They're more expensive, but you really don't need an expensive vehicle here. Nothing lasts very long here. There's a high rust content. And the vehicles you're buying here, they have Toyota. I bought a Rush, the Toyota Rush, and I bought a Yamaha NMAX motor scooter. Both of them are very good for getting around. They're really dependable. I've had no issues with them, and they're designed for this type of weather. High salt content, a lot of rain, heat, everything. So, other than that, I was told to have a check for $10,000 US, and that was supposed to go into a bank here. It was supposed to be a bank draft, actually, with from Canada, showing that I got the money from Canada. That's where I lived, and that was to be deposited in a bank. I forget the name of it. It's a bank that the Philippine government recommends, and this is the bank that they want you to deposit it. Now, I was unaware that I would not be getting that money back unless I left the Philippines permanently, or I invested in the Philippines, business or something. I'm not 100% sure on that. I bought a house, and that's not considered an investment, apparently. So, plus the house is under my wife's name. Another thing, too, I would advise, don't come here and buy a house right away. Live in a few areas first. Rent isn't that expensive. Make sure that this is for you, because the Philippines is way different than Canada and the United States. The living conditions, not what you expect. You're not going to be living anywhere near like Canada or the United States. Most houses here, they have windows, but they really don't need them because they don't use air conditioning. Most of the locals, the only ones using air conditioning are people, foreigners, and people with a lot of money. For example, I've got 2 air cons running to keep the house cool. One in the bedroom and one in the front room, and they do a good job. Unfortunately, my hydro bill was 22,000 pesos, which is over $500 Canadian. That's a lot of money for hydro. That's way too much, actually. But that's only for 2 aircon, a refrigerator, and we watch TV for 2 hours a night, and that's it. The lights are off most of the day. We only use a kitchen light in the morning or at night when it gets dark. We turn the lights off behind us. And that's hydro. Also, hydro goes out frequently here. We lose power often. We had to buy a generator in order to protect the food in the fridge and to keep the aircon running, because it gets really, really hot in here. After we got all the new windows and doors, it sealed the house up pretty good. We don't have any bugs getting in and out anymore. We resolved that issue. We put screens on all the drains. That helped big time. What else? The SRRV card, yes. After you get here, then you still need to go and see the their own police investigation unit. I forget the name of it, but you'll have to go see these guys, and there you will be also getting a police search done on you to make sure, a criminal record search to make sure that you don't have a criminal record or you're not wanted, stuff like that. And that's before you'll be issued your retirement card. I would recommend the SRRV because you don't have to pay any taxes. You can stay here as long as you want. You're going to pay $300 US a year to keep the card, but that's about it. You can come and go as you please, but you do have to fill out a form and notify the government that you're leaving and when you're coming back approximately, because always something to take care of back home. Yeah, so if you're gonna try and do it yourself, you might have some problems. Another thing, money goes fast here. If you buy a house, you're more than likely going to need to put money into it, depending on where you live. I bought beachfront. I got it for a pretty good price, but the living conditions are not as cheap as everybody thinks. It adds up. Vegetables are pretty cheap, but you start buying meat. I go to Boracay to get my meat. It's US grade beef and New Zealand lamb. I pay about 15,000 pesos, and that lasts for about a month. I get 8 steaks and 8 lamb chops for that, and it does me pretty good. And then we go to the market and spend another 3,000 on pork, chicken, fish, and vegetables and fruit. So that's good for about a week or two, and rice. You still need rice. Buy rice in bulk here. The food's not bad, but unfortunately a lot of the food they like their food sweet for some reason. It seems there's a lot of stuff's not, but certain breads, the bread I found is sweet. The ketchup was sweet. You have to request not the sweet ketchup, Heinz if you can get it, or Del Monte I think it is the other stuff, the other ketchup. Took some getting used to when I first got here. I decided we were going to have a hamburger. I hadn't had one in a while. So we ordered the hamburger and I took a bite into it, and the ketchup was sweet and I couldn't eat it. I couldn't eat it. I couldn't get used to it. It threw me off. I wasn't ready for it. So, but the steaks, if you're buying beef, regular beef, it's really, really chewy, man. It's like it was 40 years ago back in Canada, before we started getting better grade of beef. It's really, really chewy and kind of gamey. The chicken, however, is awesome. It's fresh. It tastes really good. The pork is also really good. It's fresh. The vegetables, really fresh. The fruit, really tasty, really fresh. So it has its upsides. Has a lot of upsides. I mean, when you see stuff like this, I mean, what's not to love? Look at this. This is why I came. This is what I fell in love with. And this is from my own backyard. I mean, you can't beat that. That was the reason why I came here. Just absolutely gorgeous. It really is. Setting up a bank account. You're going to need one. I would recommend BDO. They seem to be foreigner friendly. Try and get one where you're going to spend most of your time in your area or whatever's most convenient. Be prepared. The banking system, the bank machines, they run out of cash very fast and they break down often. So make sure you take out enough money to do you when you go to the bank, whatever you're going to need, and carry whatever you need for that day on you. Don't wear gold. Don't flash any money around. Don't come off looking like you've got money. It really, people don't need to see that. We don't need to brag. Personally, I just try and take out what I need. I try not to let anybody see it because I don't want people thinking that I'm some rich Westerner coming here to take everything they have. I'm just here to live and enjoy life and make some friends while I'm here, and I've done that. The people here are genuine, most of them. So not all are good. So you kind of got to take everything with a grain of salt, just like any country. You're gonna meet good ones and bad ones. I've met mostly good. I've been really lucky, and I really love it here. I really do. The people so far have been great. In my next video, I'm going to show Boracay when we first got here and how it looks now. So please join me on my next video. Hopefully I can put it out soon. I really want to thank you for watching. I hope you got something out of it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If I can answer it, I will. I'm sorry I didn't have all the answers and the names of everything that I wanted to. I wasn't very prepared when I did this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.